Welcome along. AMS2 fans, we've been staring at this for quite a while. We fire up the game and, here's a career mode, but it doesn't do anything yet. It's just a gray box. Hopefully Reiza will have this ready for us sometime in 2026, and hopefully it's awesome. But in the meantime, what does a single player person like myself do for integrating some sort of career with Automobilista 2? So there's been a couple options. There's been Racing Life and Apex Rivals. I'll leave links to both of those in the description. But I wanted to check out Race Pace again. I saw on Reddit that the developer had released some updates to that, including some UI fixes, which we'll see in this little walkthrough, and also some more features, which I'll try to cover some of them, but there's a lot you can do in the app, and I won't be able to dive fully into it in this video, but I'll cover the basics on how to get it started and how to get it integrated with AMS2 as best as it can, actually, as a third-party app. And we'll check it out and see if it scratches the itch for a career mode for AMS2 while we wait for Reiza to give us the career mode right in the game. Okay, first things first, you're looking for Race Pace, a living career app v16. It's up on Overtake. I'll leave a link in the description. Once we grab that download, we'll go and install it. Here's our download. Let's get that extracted into its own folder. There we go. And then we'll install that. Now it'll just take a second. Elevator music. Skip ahead. This is where average view duration of this video just plummets. But welcome to the world of YouTube. But there we go. It's installed, and I'll put a path up on the video somewhere showing you where that gets installed on your PC. Back to where that file is located. It's app data local programs, Race Pace career app. There's an uninstall you can run as well. That'll clean out everything nicely. And then Race Pace is the app here. You can pin it to your start, which I've already done, or you can pin it to your taskbar as well, which I already did earlier. And it'll launch the welcome screen where you can then pick from those 3 different personas if you have 3 of them, or just go ahead and pick the one that you've created. All right, on with the walkthrough of this thing. And we're ready now to start a career. You can have 3 separate careers running with 3 different personas, it looks like. So that expands the capabilities of the app right there. And you do start out right here with just a little bit about the updates of the game or the app. And you can obviously click over and see the full changelog there. But let's just set this up. And if I actually put my actual age, my race career would be pretty short, I think. So I will cheat and say that I was born in 2006. But I'll go ahead and pick my actual birthday. There we go. And we're ready to move on to step 2. All right, step 2. We need to pick championships that we want to compete in for a career. And you have 43 available championships. You can add all. But that gives you a warning saying more championships will increase the time required to simulate the world. Consider starting with fewer championships for a faster setup. Okay, so let's take that advice. We'll remove all of those, and let's just pick a couple here. British Championship, Formula One, and let's go down and try something like the GT World Challenge America. And then we'll hit next and move on to our settings. Step 3, the app needs to know where your game is located. So I'm going to hit Browse. And luckily, it seems to have brought me right to where I need to be. So I'll select that folder, and it does look correct. It's in my Steam Apps folder here. Your mileage may vary on where that is located for your own install. You might have it on your D drive or something, but I'm sure you'll be able to track down your game install. And then the next thing is to pick our baseline AI difficulty. This setting affects the driver skills at the start of your career in the lower tier racing series. Recommendation: adjust the in-game difficulty so that you beat everyone in your first season, but only just. Okay, so that seems like you can cheat a little bit maybe and set your difficulty really low and have a really good first rookie season. Let's leave it at balanced for now. Additionally, here you will have to pick your maximum grid size. Default sets it right up to 48, but on triples, I'm going to likely get an FPS hit on that. And lowering that to something like 38 for my system is probably a better idea. And that way it won't require me to load up too many vehicles on track for mixed class racing, etc. And things will run a little smoother for me. So based on your own PC, set that setting correctly, where you'll get the best results and the best FPS in AMS2. Step 4, we're ready to simulate the first 5 years or whatever value you want to use to create an existing world that you will join. So you can do as little as 2 years. So there won't be too many veterans existing in your career, but you can go all the way up to 10 years. So you could have some real veteran drivers and established careers and teams existing in your world. They have it at 5 default. So let's go with that. And it will simulate 5 years of this career world. And you'll join in and get your career underway. Okay, so simulation is done. 5 years have elapsed. And we're ready to begin our career. And here we are. The first thing to do here on this screen is to go to Settings and make sure you check out the DLC management information here to make sure everything's checked off that you own as far as the DLC goes for AMS2. And if you don't own it all, keep your eyes out for the next sale up on Steam. And try and grab it when it goes on a good sale. Make sure that's all corresponding with what you own. And we'll go back to the homepage and proceed to try to get some offers. All right. We all probably get enough email as it goes, but here's our inbox. And we have a general welcome from Robin. And just saying that is your manager and that their goal is to streamline everything off track so you can focus entirely what happens behind the wheel. So you'll get a bunch of emails that you can come in and check out. I guess I add some realism to it. And keep an eye on that. We'll go back to the home screen. And in that email, it said over the next couple of days, some offers might come in. So let's advance to the next event. And okay, so we have some pending offers that we need to review. And we have a new email. So Robin has consolidated the last offers that have come in for the upcoming season. There's some strong options on the table and a breakdown below. And so this is for the British GT Championship. So one of the 3 options that we loaded in during the setup. And the structure is 8 rounds. And it's a mixed class kind of category, I guess, where there's GT3 or GT4 options available. All right, so I think what we'll do is check out this offer from Atlas Racing Group. And it looks like you can click on their name here. Okay, so this gives you an idea of where they're sitting right now as a team. And they have a C rating. And they tell you some of the drivers that are competing for them right now. So that's kind of interesting. You can see a little bit of the team history there before you sign up. And make sure you're not getting onto a team that maybe is a little bit toxic or something like that. And we definitely want to go with a GT3. So I think what we'll do is we'll go with the Atlas Racing Group and we'll see what their contract entails. It's got a reference number. It seems pretty official. And it's for the British GT Championship. Our target is a strong midfield finish. So, we're not expected to podium overall in the championship season. Just drive with a level of professionalism and show up for every event, basically. You know what? We're going to grab that one. So we'll accept and sign. Contract has been accepted. And we have a new email, probably from the team principal. And sure enough, here we are. It's a welcome email from the principal. And they're just saying that they are confident that we can complete the goal of having a strong midfield finish. And I think the championship is ready to get underway. And back on the home screen, we've had an updated interface here. We have our schedule for the upcoming championship, and I don't remember the UI being as awesome as this when I played this when I tried this out in January. So some improvements have definitely been added in, and that looks awesome. Really smooth interface as well, like a real sort of game feel to this in a sense, without it being actually in AMS2. Not bad. So that's in 3 months. So I think we'd have to advance in time to get to that. So we'll do that and see where it takes us. Just before that, looking a little further down the page, I can see that you can click on some of your key team competitors, and you can see Vector Dynamics Racing. You can click on that, and they finished first last year. So that might be a team that you want to keep an eye on, and some of their individual drivers as well. So that's really cool that you can check out rival teams that have completed past seasons in this career. Advancing to the next event, it simulates all the way through, and right away we get like an update here about a story of another race that occurred, and you get a driver's name here, and you can click on the story to see the details. Formula One 2026. And right, you can get a bit of a detail on what happened in that other series, the drivers and the team standings. Okay, that's really cool. All right, so we'll go back to ours. And at this point, everything's at 0. It's a fresh slate for all these teams and all of these drivers. And now we just have to go and hit up Silverstone for the first round of this championship. So we'll go race, and we'll see what we need to do to configure AMS2 to connect with the app here and have the AI be generated properly. The most crucial bit is you'll want to set up the opponents correctly and also choose the correct car. This is mandatory. If you don't do this, the drivers on the grid will not sync properly. Other instructions include that you go to your options system screen and ensure that shared memory is set to Project Cars 2. That way, when you finish the race, the game progress and the final results in that particular race will register within the app here. Other than those crucial settings here to get things connected, you can set up the AMS2 experience to be whatever you want. You don't have to follow these suggestions here. The app's not going to know what you do inside of AMS2, so you're free to do whatever you want. You don't need to have a pit stop. You can run a 20-minute race instead of a 3-hour simulated race, and the app's not going to care about that. It just really cares about this and then the final standings. So what we'll have to do now is just start up AMS2, set up the grid. We can pick any track we want to. It doesn't really matter. They allow you to click an alternative suggestion here would be Kansai. But we'll go into AMS2, we'll set up our opponents, and we'll come back to this app and make sure that everything is syncing properly. All right, we're in AMS2, and we have the correct livery and car number selected. We'll go back and do that. If you need to change the livery, go here. Make sure you match what the app is telling you to select here, number 45. Let's Alt-tab back to the app here, and it does say 45 back in the game. We'll select that and select vehicle. Then you want to go to opponents and make sure you set up your manual grid, selecting the classes that are required and the opponent number. And we have done that. You can edit your grid manually here. It wanted 15 GT3 Gen 2s and 16 GT4s. So there we go. We'll save that. And then we'll head to the grid. And once we get there, we'll double check that everything syncs up back on the app. The rest of the information, you can go nuts. You can do whatever you want. Rules, penalties, and race settings, even the track. The app doesn't care about any of that. We'll skip practice and qualifying, but you can also run that and it won't disturb any of the race settings that are recorded in the app. So we'll head to the track and then we'll see if the app is synced up properly. here we are on track, getting ready to go. And before we do that, let's go to the app. I'll just Alt-Tab and double check that everything is in sync. You definitely want to see these nice green checks here. It means the grid that's been created and the XML of all the AI drivers is correct and matching up with our race. So now we're good to go and complete the event, and then we'll come back and record the standings after that. Okay, at this point, we'll skip the cooldown lap here, and we will Alt-Tab out to the app, and if we record our current standings, you can see it's accurate. So we finished first, Emmanuel second, and Lorenz finished third. Let's go check that out on the game. And yeah, that lines up. So that's good news. At this point, you can exit to the main menu. You're done. And now we can take a look at the overall results. So it's cool here. You can check off the GT4 alone just to see the standings for that result. And GT3 is separated here in this screen. So that's good. That's a nice UI improvement. And at this point, we're kind of done that session. And we can go back to home. And yeah, it's recorded that here. We got 25 points. We finished in P1. We are Atlas Racing Group. And we are tied with Vector Dynamics Racing right now for the team standings. So it's cool that it tracks the team points along with the drivers. Our next race is up in 4 weeks at Oulton Park. So that'll be fun. I had never driven that Lamborghini before, and it was really fun. I had a lot of fun just doing my demo race there to get the results to record. And here, oh, look at that. Okay, that's cool. So it gives you a news story. It tells you that we came away with a stunning victory at Silverstone. And M's performance is sure to turn heads. So that's really fun. So there's a good look at that app. I think it's worth diving into if you're really like a single player type AMS2 user. And I'm going to explore it a bit further, I think, and maybe set up a proper couple of championships I want to compete in. But here you can go to championships. I like this screen here. You can see what's going on in the other championships that are taking place. As you advance further in your career, you could probably add in some more championships. If we go to settings, we can go to championships. And let's say we pick the Ferrari North America. We can add that series. And it says that championship's been added. It'll start next season. That's great. So you can build on everything. You don't have to just stick with those original 3 that you've added, but you do have to wait one more season before those are added in there. Lots more to discover as you would progress through your career, I imagine, here in this app. But I just wanted to give a quick look at it, and it looks fantastic. The UI is awesome. It's something to keep us occupied while we wait for Reiza to finish off the career mode within AMS2. Let me know if you give this a try. Thanks to the developer for this. It's free up on Overtake. He has his own website as well. I'll leave a link to that in the description. Thanks for checking this out. Have a great rest of your day.